Yo, what's happening, people? I'm doing a kind of different video. I'm not going to be in this video this time. But if you watch my channel, you know I do reviews on all kind of kits and trainers. And I'm here to kind of show you what the trainers look like, how to cop, if you can cop, or, if it's something you want. But to do those videos, I have to have equipment, obviously. And when I started out doing YouTube, I used an old, not even an SLR camera. It was a mirrored camera from Canon, which the focus was horrible. I didn't have any other lenses. I had the box standard kit lens, which didn't make it great. I mean, just go and have a look at my old videos and you'll see the lighting, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, after a bit of research and get some money together, I ended up getting the Canon M50, which was the go-to beginner's YouTube camera. It didn't cost a lot of money. Well, when I say a lot of money, it didn't cost like thousands of pounds. So it was the one what got you up and running. You could change the lenses on it. It was small, so you could take it out. Just a really nice camera. Then after that, obviously, when you get the camera, you want to upgrade the lens to make it look better. And the best one, which I started doing research on, was the Nifty 50, the 50mm lens prime. I ended up getting one of these, and what they didn't tell you was, if you're doing YouTube like what I do, unboxing or talking head, this lens or the camera had to be miles away from you. It was horrible. I mean, I'd be putting the camera outside the room to film me because it was just cutting so close. If I had it in front of me, all you'd be seeing is my nostrils, so it wasn't a good look. But it made it hard for me because I film on my own. So the camera has to be in arm's reach to turn it on, and setting up the mic and the lighting. It was an absolute nightmare. So then I started looking into other lenses, and the one what really stepped out for me was the Sigma 16mm f1.4. Now this was a game changer for me. I could have the camera directly in front of me at arm's length. I could turn it on, I could put the mic just next to me. Everything was in arm's reach and I could do my filming, and it really worked out. But after a while, you start doing your channels and you're thinking, the camera is great, but it's kind of limited. So I kind of started looking into other cameras, and one what really seemed to stand out to me was the SONY A7iii. Now, this obviously is much more money. I would basically almost make my Canon lenses redundant because they have a different mount. It's one of those ones where I have to kind of make that choice whether I jump from Canon to Sony or I stick with Canon and upgrade to another camera. So at first I thought, let me just do my pros and cons with the Canon, then I'll show you an unboxing of the SONY A7iii, and just let me have your comments. What do you think I should do? So if we have a look at the Canon M50, you can see in hand it's quite a small camera. On this one you can see that I've got this Sigma 16mm lens. Now, one of my bugbearers about this camera was that the the SD card had to go in where the battery goes in. So you can see there, you press it out and that's what it is. Now the problem with that is, obviously when you put the SIM card in, you have to attach the shoe to where the tripod goes, there where the screws is, and it would be fine once you've put the tripod back on. But once you've finished and you run out of space on your SD card, to take it out, you have to readjust your camera, readjust the tripod, because you've got to take the SD card out of the bottom of the camera. It's just a nightmare. Those are my kind of bugbearers with the Canon. My good part about the Canon is the user guide, or the OS system in it, is very beginner friendly. I love the small compact nature of the camera, because even if I want to take it out and do some pictures outside, I'm not carrying a mirrored camera, I'm carrying a mirrorless camera, which makes it just light and easy. The lens is heavier than the camera on this one, so that's the difference with this. Now, like I said, I had a chance to have a look at the SONY A7iii, and yeah, let's just get into the unboxing of this. So as you can see, the box you've got there, the SONY A7iii, it comes in a nice little box. You can see how big my fingers look on that. When you open the box, you've got this massive manual. I mean, just look how thick that manual is. I mean, I know it's in different languages and things like that, and but look at that. It's just chunky, man. I'm not going to read all that, but that's what you get. Inside the box itself, once you pull it open, you can see there you've got a strap for the camera, which has got A7 written on it, which is a nice little touch. I don't know if I'd ever carry that around. Opening the box on the right, you've got the adapters. I think that's the European adapter or the US adapter, and then you've got the English cable there, which is a power adapter. Opening the camera itself, it comes in this nice like white cover. See, I was struggling there, I was trying to use one hand. It comes in a nice kind of plasticky cover to keep it dust free. And again, the camera itself is really quite small. This one didn't come with a kit lens, it's just the body itself. And as you can see, it's a bit bigger than the Sony M50. The flip screen isn't a flip screen, it only pops out like that, so I can't flip it round for having it face me, which is going to be a downside. But what I think I'm going to do is upgrade my system and probably have a screen in front of me where I can see how I look on camera, just make it easier and probably better than trying to use a viewfinder, which is a bit too far away. As you can see on top of the camera, the knobs and things are not that different from the Canon. Here on the side, you've got two USB-C ports and a HDMI in port, as well as a phone headphone jack or mic jack. On the other side, you've got two SSD slots, so you can run dual SSD cards in there. So you can, you're never going to run out of space when you're filming. I think this one has continuous filming as well, which makes it great. It's got a solid, I think it looks like copper rim around, so when you attach your lens, there's no movement with your lens and things like that. At the bottom, you've got the hole for the tripod shoe, obviously, and the battery itself is just mounted right there on the side of the camera in the handle. So overall, there's not really too much difference in terms of what this camera looks like. But if we just looked at compare the specs with the M50 and the A7iii, you can see from type. So this camera costs almost double, or if not double and a half, the price of the Canon M50. But for that, you are getting just a much better camera. It gives you much more color coding and things like that. And I'm hoping that it will show in my videos when I do this. I'm still in two minds whether or not I get this, because obviously I then have to upgrade the lenses. So I can still use my Sigma lens for the Canon, but I'd have to get an EF/M mount converter, which converted to the Sony E mount. That's my dilemma, people. I thought I'd give it, guys. Let me know what you think. Those guys who are into photography or video filming, give me heads up. Is it worth upgrading from the Canon M50 to the Sony? Would you jump from Canon to Sony full stop? Do Sony do better cameras for what I do on here, like is YouTube, or am I not really going to see the difference? I mean, let's be honest, I just want to have a camera what kind of does it all for me, so I don't have to worry about when I'm editing. I can just edit, color coding and all that stuff. I just want to film, press record, film, put it down, edit, and push it out to you guys. So, bit of a different video from me today. You haven't even seen my face in this, so it's not even a talking head, man. But yeah, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe. One day, let me know if you want to see my setup and see how I, go about this. Would it help you guys if you're trying to do your own YouTube to see how I do mine, and, let me know. All right, I'm gone. Peace.